Hi guys, welcome to my channel where we talk about everything from tech to films and all the fun stuff in between. So yes, this MacBook Air really proved at how amazing a laptop can be even at that entry level price, almost making that expensive models kind of irrelevant at this point for most users. And after nearly spending a week on it and getting to know all its quirks, here are 5 things that are super cool about the new M1 MacBook Air, and then 5 not so cool points which could be improved to make this almost perfect MacBook Air even better. Just before proceeding, please do subscribe guys and show your support, and I will continue making fun and informative content for you. The Amazon gift card giveaway is still going on my channel guys. All you need to do is be subscribed to this channel and go and follow me on Instagram. I will be giving away 2 £20 Amazon gift cards, and this is open for any country as long as Amazon allows me to send gift cards to that particular country. This giveaway closes next week, so by the end of next week I will pick 2 winners and I will mention it in one of my videos. So let's look at the cool stuff first. Number 1 is that power. That raw, amazing, uninterrupted power of the new Apple M1 chip. It just blows away anything Intel can put out in the same level and then some. The way it handles tasks is seamless, smooth, and totally effortless. Throw anything at it and it won't budge. 4K video rendering, manipulating large image files, documents, presentations, spreadsheets, HD movies, videos, and multitasking. It handles all of them with poise. Number 2 is battery life. Honestly, in my extensive usage of laptops, I never got anywhere more than 4 to 5 hours from a Windows laptop, especially when watching movies. Streaming something like Interstellar from a cloud at 2.5K resolution would have killed the battery about midway through the film. But not this MacBook Air. That same Interstellar movie reduced the battery only by about 10%. So you really can watch it 9 more times before you need to plug this in. And yes, I would watch that movie 9 more times. Seriously, that is the closest which we'll come to visualizing how interstellar travel will be like. So what's not to like, right? Number 3 is that screen. Again, not 4K, but it is so good. You get some vibrant colors with deep blacks and amazing contrast. Apple always calibrates their displays to near perfection, and the screen on this super thin laptop is no exception. Number 4 is that keyboard and trackpad. The main things that will make a laptop a laptop. Not sure why Apple tried to change this keyboard, as this is so brilliant. Think they thought that they could perfect this already perfected setup, and it didn't work. If they would pull it off, it would have been something truly amazing. But sadly, that's not the case. But we still have the amazing trusted Magic Keyboard setup here, and it just wants you to type. That's the kind of feedback you get when you're using this. And the trackpad, look at these two. One is a budget laptop which has a smaller area and actually 2 click buttons. And on the expensive Dell one, it looks like MacBook trackpad, but it's nowhere as fluid or as user-friendly as the MacBook Airs. Seriously, this trackpad feels like the multi-touch gestures of the iPad. Same, silky smooth and super effective. And finally, number 5 is that fanless design. See, people have reported that it does get hot if you render tons and tons of 4K footage or work with large number of raw picture files, or run some really graphic intensive games for long, like hours of sessions of Tomb Raider did make this laptop feel warm, and it still wasn't uncomfortable to put it on your lap, but it was warm to touch. If you're that power user, maybe the M1 MacBook Pro will be a better option, and if you're seriously into gaming, then a more powerful and thermal efficient gaming laptop would be an ideal choice, or if you're like me, then a dedicated gaming machine. So most of us, this MacBook will do perfectly fine. Streaming 3 hours worth of HD content, and still this MacBook Air was super cold to touch. That's the kind of system we are dealing with here, guys. So that's the cool stuff done with. Those are my 5 favorite things about the laptop. Seriously, this is an amazing machine, and I honestly recommend everyone to consider or put this on their shortlist. Now, to keep this video fair, let's look at some not so cool points. Honestly, I'm including this section to look at the both sides of the coins, guys, but seriously, it does not affect my decision of this being the best computer which most of us need. So let's look at the not so cool points. First, I'll have to come back to that screen. Yes, it is gorgeous as stated before, but the bezels, they are actually the same as the first MacBook Air introduced all those years ago. In 2020, companies like Dell and Razer are making strides in this department. I mean, look at these displays in comparison. They look so futuristic compared to the MacBook Air. This makes the MacBook Air look like last gen. All that power and efficiency, only if Apple would have given us that rumored 14-inch display with super thin bezels, it would have been perfect. Next is the cost. See, in-house processors means that you don't need to pay royalty to Intel anymore, and that should have reflected in the cost which we users pay. And even if it's not for that, considering how atrocious the world and economy are at the moment, Apple should have at least taken that into account and give us consumers a bit of slack. In fact, Apple actually did the opposite. The iPad Air went up in cost, so did the iPhone 12, and the MacBook Air did not see any price decrease. It still stays at that same £1,000. £999. Next is that ability to run iOS and iPadOS apps. I actually was super excited when this was announced. See, the new M1 chip is an ARM architecture based chipset, so it will allow us to run iPadOS and iOS apps. But when I tried to find apps which I wanted to use, I couldn't find them. Say for instance, Facebook or Instagram app or even YouTube app. I know you can use them via the browser, but an app would be so much more useful. I'm hoping that they just need to be worked on the M1 chip and actually Apple not blocking them for some reason. Okay, from here on, I am really nitpicking, guys, so please bear with me. The next is colors. See, with the iPad Air, we got some cool colors. It would have been amazing to get the same with the MacBook Air as well, in that same new shades, the blue and the green. And that only would have made much sense, right? Because both of them share the same name, and adding a bit more color would have been seriously awesome. Then the ports. Okay, I do admit that we are moving towards slimmer designs and sacrificing ports for that. My issue is not with the number of ports, but with the position of where they are located. See, my power setup is always to the right, even on my bed, and the ports are to the left. So every time I need to go over around to be able to plug the cable in. One port on either side would have been much more comfortable. So that's the 5 things which I love and hate about the new M1 MacBook Air. What are your thoughts on this, guys? Do you agree with me? Did I miss anything out? Please do let me know in the comments down below. And if you liked this video, please hit that like button. And if you liked it furthermore, a subscribe would be amazing so we can keep RaavMedia going. That's all for now, guys. Thanks a lot for staying with me until the end. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.